Right.
But the way you carry yourself and with the confidence and your posture, you are a threat to certain people. And they see that if I help this person, the person will come right under me. And if I don't keep improving the capabilities I have with this person has probably youth in their favor. They are younger, more energetic. Sometimes the location that you are in presents disadvantages naturally to you.
How?
Okay, let me explain it to you. You find people in certain remote areas, they don't have access to technology. But how do these people work their way through to getting into the limelight? In Africa, there's this funny thing that was said. Someone said, we left home
To feed home. Right.
But we returned with ulcer.
So I roam on social media a lot. And of course, welcome to Silvercast. And as usual, I try so much to find beautiful people with beautiful opinions, and then we can have a suitable, very nice conversation. Now, the idea is that they teach me something, they teach me and my audience something, and then I try to see whether I can teach them something, because this is a podcast, right? So, guys, welcome to Silvercast. This is another segment that, of course, I have a guest, as usual. And I'm going to try to mention his name. No, I'm not. He's going to do it. So, boss, welcome to my show. And give my audience your name, and we'll continue from there.
Fine. Thank you so much. It's a privilege to be on your show.
Right.
My name is King Walper on social media. The people who grew with me call me Terry.
Right.
Yeah, so my name is King Walper on social media.
Yeah. First of all, thank you so much. I mean, I've been looking out for people with my kind of ideology in life, right? So that they can teach me something and I can have beautiful conversation with you guys. So getting you is a honor. It's an honor to get you on my platform, to be honest. Thank you so much.
I am humbled. Thank you.
I've seen your show. I've seen, a couple of content you've posted out there. I think they are always mostly around relationships, and my podcast talks about relationships as well. So I will talk about relationship, but then I also talk about men empowerment on my platform.
Amazing.
Do you understand? Because I feel like our youth, we men, need to learn certain things as well. So with people who have experience about life and its own back and forth, I genuinely want you guys to teach us something. So on this channel, on this platform, I need you to let's talk about two things.
Sure.
Before we go back to relationship, because our girls need to learn something today. Have you noticed that, people, I don't know whether it's the African system or something, people find it very difficult to teach, to help us. When you call in for help from somebody, they are a little bit reluctant, or they just don't want to help us. I don't know whether it's an African culture or something. Have you noticed something of that sort? People genuinely don't want to help the youth. Like, they feel like, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. What do you think about that?
I think it's an exchange culture. I think generally for we Africans, people look at it as, what am I getting? What's the value I'm getting from the person to be able to help?
Right.
Because we have a transactional attitude. Mm-hmm. We have an attitude that's based on the fact that if this person who needs help, if I help him, what are his capabilities? What can this person do? So that even in helping him, when he goes anywhere, he goes along with me.
Right.
Or in turn, the help is just reciprocal. So
yeah, but so do you suggest or do you support that these folks are, because personally, right? Personally, I think we are supposed to help ourselves, to be extremely honest. You don't just hit up somebody and say, hello, please, can I get you to help me with something? And then they don't help you. And then you feel like, okay, our people do not help each other. I think that you have to put yourself out there. You understand? You have to keep pushing yourself onto whoever is there. Because before somebody even agrees to come on my platform, first of all, they do a little bit of checks on me to find out, okay, this is what you've been doing. Do you understand? Because people really hate to start the process with you. They like it when you are halfway through, probably like you've started, you've pushed yourself, and now I would like to push you to some level. Mm-hmm. But then I think our system, even if the youth though, even if they've not even tried anything, they kind of do expect somebody that they called, hello boss, can you help me with something? And then they kind of expect whoever to just help instantly.
It's a really bad attitude to some degree, some of what you said. Because I feel like most people are not given any value proposition. They're not proposing any value.
Right.
That this is what I have. These are my capabilities.
Okay.
I've been saying that we are moving beyond just putting out where you have worked, where you have been on CVs.
Right.
We are moving beyond that to a point where you can actually show the skill and the value you are bringing on board. Every company is looking for competencies and people who are resourceful.
So you're saying that before you call in for help, you need to help yourself then?
Before you call in for help, you need to be in a position where the person you are going to help would also need something from you, would also need a certain either resource, favor, what it is. You have some value that is probably universal that they can enjoy from or they can tap into.
Right.
So you don't just sit there and say, help me, help me, help me. The youth, we can't sit here and say, help me, help me, help me.
Don't you get that sometimes? Like our people, we do that all the time.
Well, we do it, but it leads to some complex sense in a lot of areas. It leads to people being just there. They are expecting you
to just help them.
But the point is, even when I bring you on board, if I'm doing a business or I'm doing social media, whatever it is, even when I bring you on board, what are you going to do to help me?
Yeah.
And if it's something that can be automated, that is where the problem is.
There's a beautiful narrative that these folks, interestingly, they think that if you don't help them, right, after 5 years or something, they could become, I don't know whether it's the movies you've watched, they could become very important or richer than you some way. I don't know whether you've ever come across that.
Well,
people have this notice.
I understand that.
Right.
I understand that. And for me, I feel like it's an individual choice. To look at someone and say that you are helping the person is an individual choice.
It's not mandatory.
No.
You don't.
It's one. Are you looking at this person as the person being someone who has potential?
Right.
Meaning that when I look at you, you look like someone who can do this and this and that.
True.
So I'm going to help you. I'm going to render you help. And that is the value-based system and the merit-based system that people sort of relate to. I feel like when you look at it that way, you feel like this person has potential, I'm helping the person. Then there are times when you say this person has talent, I'm helping the person.
Right.
You know, because the person's talented, they just need a platform. They just need a place to pour out their views.
So, I mean, in all you're saying, it's always still bound down to the fact that you are supposed to help yourself first.
Definitely, you if you don't have any value, if you're not presenting any value, how are people even going to know? Imagine, I come to you with $1 million right now to help you. And I say, I give you $1 million. If you do not have any strategy in place, if you do not have any business ideas, if you do not have anything that has been put aside, you will squander the money. You live a lavish life.
Right.
You would not be considering, this is what I plan to do with the money. This is what I want to. I have a hedge fund. I have this. I want to do that. I want to do a little bit of business. I want to do a little bit of clearing and forwarding. I want to do retail. I want to do this, that.
Yeah.
If I give you 1 million and you don't have the power to turn that around, I should just believe in the fact that, as for me, when I was younger, my mother said that when you give me something, I can turn around. I'm destined to be this kind of. You get it? It doesn't sound like a logical conversation.
Yeah. All right. I mean that's a good point. But I understand that you're trying to explain it properly to the people. But as a matter of fact, before you even call in for help, at least you're supposed to help yourself first. Almost every single person, it even work with females, right? Before they even respond to your text message, they have to come on your profile and say, who is this person? Do you understand? So when you say that, okay, you're supposed to immediately help me because I believe I can do this, it's crazy. Personally, I think I've had people even turn me down for offers that I've wanted to do something of this sort, that now maybe as they watch this, they could somehow help me because I've proven myself that I can do it, as compared to when I just had a picture of me like this on my profile and then you're like, okay, say please, I want to join your team, and now you can do it. You understand?
For me, I feel closed doors is not closure to your destiny or to your life.
Okay.
Closed doors sometimes helps you build the capacity to move forward.
Right.
It helps you build the capacity to navigate.
Right.
So if you are facing a door that has been closed, you navigate around which other door to get to, because definitely there is a door that will open to you.
True.
Most often than not, people also see you as a threat. You might not be a big shot,
Right.
but the way you carry yourself and with the confidence and your posture, you are a threat to certain people. And they see that if I help this
you,
person, the
right.
person will come right under me. And if I don't keep improving the capabilities I have with this person has probably youth in their favor, they are younger, more energetic, they will get the crowd. You know, so these
So
are some of the,
are you saying that sometimes people are scared that when they help you, you're going to...
it's not, that's the insecurity. The
Right.
fact that if I am to help Joseph, you know, I'm to help Joseph, and that's even in biblical context, right? That is what, you know, Joseph's brothers were scared of. They were
Right.
scared of the fact that this guy, with the kind of dreams he's been having and the direction he's going,
Right.
if we are to help him,
They'll be
or
killed.
if we are to encourage him in this thing, this guy is going to take over. But when whatever happened to him, he went to prison, he went to all these things presented, he was able to navigate through an open door. And then later he became, you know, almost, you know, prime minister of Egypt. Sometimes when doors close on you, people give up. People feel like, oh, Charlie, I did put this thing together, I did try.
You need a pick.
And sometimes I feel that there's this interesting concept. My friend and I, we were reading about the fact that sometimes the location that you are in presents disadvantages naturally to you.
How?
Okay, let me explain it to you. You find people in certain remote areas, they don't have access to technology. But how do these people work their way through to getting into the limelight?
Okay.
So that means that these people did not sit back to say that I have been disadvantaged, so there's no means to push. But for them, it was an advantage for them to want to move forward. 50 Cent said something that is very interesting. He said where he's coming from, or where he came from, sitting down, relaxing, and giving up is a luxury. Because where he has been through, is a luxury to him. He can't give up. Giving up means that it's like you have time to actually give up.
Okay, so giving up is not even an option.
Yeah, it's not an option.
Yeah.
For you to give up, it feels like, Charlie, you have time.
Yeah. You really want to give up?
You want to give, you have the luxury to sit down and say,
And say, I'm done.
Wow. Where he came from, the hustle was to make sure you bring something home.
True.
Interestingly, in Africa, there's this funny thing that was said. Someone said, we left home
To feed home.
right, but we returned with ulcer. You understand? Meaning that the hustle was not easy.
Right.
The person who left home to try and feed home, when he came back, he came with ulcer. That means like he didn't even bring food back for people.
With the outside service, though,
It's not easy like that. You understand? And these are some of the things, these are some of the interesting things that growing up as a young African, it should inspire you, motivate you to look at different alternatives, to look at things differently, to not believe in the fact that you need to give up.
Right.
You see, the concept of people saying, no, my mental health, so I give up. That's what 50 Cent is saying. It's a luxury. Because we're all dealing with something. We're all dealing with an unfavorable...
I mean, everyone is hustling.
Yeah.
And you want to give up.
And you want to give up.
So I think from what 50 Cent's saying, you have another option called giving up.
Giving up. That means you have time to sit down to actually...
Okay, yeah. Because from this side, we are going. We don't know about anything called give up.
You think about different ways to make it. You think about
It didn't work out. What's the next one?
What's the next way?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I sent you a message for help. You didn't help me. Okay, what's the next one?
What's the next step?
You don't sit back and say, for the fact that he didn't help me or I had some person to help me and they couldn't help me, that's it.
Even in relationship context.
Right.
Bro, we have asked women out. You see a girl and you say, look, I want to move to this girl.
Right.
You look at the opportunity for like, let me talk to this girl. Let me move to this girl.
Right.
You go and this girl shatters you completely. Growing up is one of the things that messed up with, young men's confidence. Because you feel like, Charlie, this girl is saying, there's a girl who say yes. There's a way to reorganize yourself.
And come back.
Right. That is why you can get to a point where the people who rejected you, now begin to see you attractive. They now begin to look at you like, but this guy he's cute. I didn't think of it like it's that now he's become cute. It's just that now you've refined yourself, or now you have certain capabilities that people feel like, oh, okay, I'm now beginning to see this.
So in this context, that means even rejection is good. To a degree, even for a man.
Rejection. Trust me, in my life, the kind of things that have propelled me most often than not, was the rejection.
Cool. Yeah.
And I want to thank all my ex-girlfriends or all the women that rejected me.
Right.
Yeah, because they gave me a reason to see myself differently. They gave me a reason to even see. Look, if you go back to time and you look at some of these women we were chasing, or some of these young ladies who were chasing them, and you come back to probably your current state now, you realize that even I'll probably have been the same age as them, or probably they would have outgrown me.
Right.
So it gives you a different approach to life, because they kept on saying that the younger ones were yet to be born.
True.
And truly,
do you think women say that, or the men said that?
The men are the ones that say that in encouragement. You go through something and you realize that, Charlie, it didn't work. Then you tell yourself that, Charlie, the younger ones.
But you know, it's true, right?
It is a true concept.
Yeah,
it is a true concept.
It doesn't work like that with females, though. But with men, it is like that.
Well, I think there are different positions to that.
I mean, unless you tell me about it, because I know, let's say at the age of, I don't know what age, but maybe the age of 20, right? And then I pick a move on a female around that age, and then she says no to me, and then I have this code that I usually say that the younger ones are yet to be born. To be genuinely honest, of course they are, right? So that means, because when you look at the girls from this generation, they are extremely nice as compared to maybe the females that I was chasing 10 years ago.
Definitely. So you see that when you sit back to think about it, you be like, Charlie, even if you look at the ex-girlfriends or the people that you've dated in the past, you look at it, you say, and you compare it to maybe people now, you realize that, in terms of probably physicalities, right? You'd be like, Charlie, there are nice girls in the system. One time, I was going through a tough time. Some girl was showing me Pepe. And I had a cousin, Obrieboa.
Right.
And he told me, bro, come. And he took his phone. And he swiped. He said, can you see this beautiful girl? Okay, this one day. Then you swipe again. Can you see this beautiful girl? This one day. Can you see this? Why are you letting one person
stress you out?
Like the same. Sitting there and you are sad. You are sad. Bro, drink some juice. You understand? So sometimes these are the things that we need to encourage. The young guys coming, a lot of them, they feel like, Charlie, like this, the girls, they are not, everybody's, demanding this or that.
So, I mean, we've already jumped to the relationship conversation. So, and that is the most beautiful part I want to have today.
Sure.
But in this context, right? Who do you think is running out of time, especially with men? I don't. This question I'm asking you, I don't even have it written down. Like,
sure.
Sometimes men feel like, I don't know which gender, but then when you look at it properly, which of us do you think is running out of time with catching our spec or dying over an opposite sex in the name of relationship? Which of us do you think we are running out of time? Do you understand my question?
Okay.
Because there's been cases where men at some age will feel like, okay, Charlie, these girls are not giving me, attention and all that. Do you understand? And I don't know about females. Sometimes they can also think the same thing. So I don't know, which of them do you think is running out of time?
Well, for me, time is ticking for everyone. There are some exceptional women who age with beauty. Very exceptional. As they are growing, you begin to see that there is an increase in beauty and there is maintenance. Now, in regards to men, sometimes, mostly African young men, our life may not necessarily pick up in the beginning like that.
We are invisible.
Yes.
Pretty much.
For some time, you go through that down stage. For some time, you go through that time where you need to invest in yourself, believe in yourself, and push through. Some women don't want debi.
But I agree with them, though.
Well, it's how you look at it. If you don't want a debi guy, when a guy makes it, he will dictate to you. If you don't want to build a future with someone, or you don't want to build a future with a guy, when he makes it, he's going to dictate to you. And that's the truth of the matter, because I see that a lot of women give up on building a future with men.
Right.
And pursue a future with, probably older or other men. And I'm not saying that some young men are not making it. Some are.
But when you check the statistics, some are not.
Yeah,
Most of them are not.
Somewhere, in, let's speak English-speaking West Africa.
Right.
Sometimes it takes, even the way the system is set about, it takes you time to get to accept the environment that you are in.
Right.
And do what we call an analysis of your environment, and then come out and say that, look, I'm making this kind of consideration, or right now I need to put this and this in place. Because in Africa, every day you are getting shock.
Okay.
Every day you take shock absorbers. If it's not a new government, it is a new policy. If it's not a new policy, it's something
and it's
else.
affecting you as a young man.
Yes. It's also the perception of social media,
Right.
and the narrative that some people put out there is crazy.
But you see, interestingly, the ladies that get to the age of 18, 19, 20, right? I think this is the highest peak they've gotten to. Because to be extremely honest with you, men around the age of 35 to 60, statistics have been proving that these men want younger women. Right, and I think it's a biological thing. Men want younger women want older women. That is biological, right? I think we are living in a system where now people are going for age mates and older and all that. So at that age, when this lady is younger, isn't it the right time for her to find somebody? Because her biggest bidding that she can bid for a better man is when she's young, probably around the age of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, that stage going forward, probably like 24, 25. Now she can get a higher person, a man that can take care of her for real. Do you understand? Now, men around that age, we are invisible. A man at 18 is nobody, right? 18 to like 20, 30. I mean, most men have not even found their left and right from 30, but we can say that a man at 30 is now almost finding his way forward and all that. So when you look at it properly, you know that females around that age, even though they don't like these men, this is the time for them to fight for a higher status man to take care of them, whilst a man at that age is literally invisible.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So when you are invisible at that age, you still on the grind, you hustle. Then when you are at 35, you can come back for maybe the females that you wanted at, let's say, 25 that way. You agree with my point? So I feel like the time dynamics probably just affect both, but it kind of affects females more. When you look at our generation, these ladies around 18, they are crazy. This is the best time for them to be doing their own thing. They don't sit at one place, they don't listen. So they just jump from 18. Before they know, they are 28. Now time is running out. Now they want an actual relationship.
Why? Why is this? Because a lot of people are following the social media narrative.
Right.
I'm not talking the positive narrative necessarily. Following a negative narrative that's being pushed.
Do they know it's negative?
Well, you see,
Because
the thing about women is that young women can be very stubborn. You think men are stubborn? Young men are stubborn? A young woman, either in love or following a passion or listening to a friend, is very passionate because it's part of her emotions.
Right.
So for her, she's focused on, no, this is what is new, or this is what happens. Me, I cannot date a broke guy. Me, I don't want to date a broke guy.
But
because
it's
I
true.
see, I see how these girls are rolling out in V8s, in Land Cruisers, in Range Rovers. Why should my life be like this? Even at a very young age. So you think about it, what capability is this girl building for herself?
But hold on. With this point, you don't support that?
I don't support it, right? I don't support that narrative. I don't support the narrative that, because then what about your own capabilities as a woman? How are you building your own capabilities? When you read Miles Monroe's book,
right,
on the purpose and power, or the purpose and power of men, or understanding the purpose and power of men,
right,
understanding the purpose and power of men, you read where women have come from,
right,
to a point where they said, we didn't want to sit home and just be there, right? We didn't want to sit home. Women came into active working force.
Okay.
Even if it were minimal jobs that some of them will start with. Some of them took the other route. Said, look, they were believing in being market leaders and stuff like
So
that.
now you're talking about feminism now.
I'm not talking about feminism
Right.
necessarily.
Right.
I'm talking about the fact that women have come from far.
Right.
They have come from far, and they are pushing through. From the PhD holders, when it comes to even women who did PhD from the 70s, the 80s, comparatively the 90s, it has increased. Meaning that women are seeking to be educated more now. Women are looking for their own career path. They're looking to make it on their own. So if people sit there and believe that it is only a man who can come into their life to change this whole narrative, not necessarily. It tells you a lot about how people see things. Because sometimes I feel like life is a collaborative effort. You must have something, your value to a man is what you are also offering. And if all you are offering, excuse me to say, is what is in between your legs, then at the end of the day, when the man is looking for advice, he will go somewhere else.
Yeah, but you know,
Or cancel.
yeah,
You go somewhere else.
Yeah, I think I have a couple of things to say about this. Now, first of all, when you look at it from this angle, right? Human beings are built from millennials. That is, what we want is a female. This whole thing is from female feminism and all that. So when you look at it properly, now the females want to also work hard and make money and everything. But majority of men who have money, when you check it again, majority of men who are well-to-do, they kind of do expect a super feminine woman that can, follow their lead. A lady's money does not validate the relationship. Usually, right? So that means the lady can work electively. We men have to work compulsorily. So when I meet a female and she doesn't work, or she's saying, I'm looking for a job, it doesn't turn me off. Do you understand? But when a lady meets me and I said, oh, I'm in between jobs right now, I'm looking for a job, it could turn her off. And when you look at the relationship dynamics as well, you can see that even when a lady loses her job, the relationship can still be fine as compared to when I lose my job as a man. Do you understand? So still we are still in the relationship. So a lady's working her money does not genuinely run the relationship. It's a plus, it's a good one. Do you understand? If she has other things that she's using to help the home, let's say
this thing you are saying is what's causing high blood pressure.
You tell me about it.
This thing you are saying is what's causing high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Because now most
for men
blood pressure,
right?
Because now most men have done themselves Superman. There are some men who have said that I have promised my mother,
right,
that I would never want to see a woman suffering.
Yeah.
So they want to bear the sole cost of everything.
But it's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely.
Right.
But then when you get down at any point in time,
right,
and you cannot do what you used to do, this woman will find someone else who can do it for her, depending on the category of the woman that you have.
Right.
You see, so when we begin to make it seem like there's nothing like love, let me give you examples so that you don't feel like I'm talking out of context.
Yeah, you talk to me.
When you look at Bill Gates,
right,
supportive wife,
right,
they didn't have crazy mind-blowing money in the beginning. When you look at Jeff Bezos,
right,
started from a garage. I mean, a garage, book retailing. When you look at that, gathering books, doing book retailing, and you think of how these relationships, fine, some will say, oh, they have ended. But I'm talking about the fact that it doesn't necessarily have to be the fact that you have to be a guy who go and pick a broke girl and take care of her.
But these women were supporting their husbands, right?
They were supportive. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm saying that. I am saying that the woman must be almost like your secretary. Like she helps you or she pushes you to reach that level. Let's say I wanted to start a business, and from the beginning I start selling from wherever. She's supporting me. If she believes in me, she's supporting this that we are doing. You understand? As compared to when she also has an extra job and all that. Because to be extremely honest, if we check the statistics again, majority of relationships that didn't work out, or women called off the relationship, that is one. Because from the statistics that we have, females call off like 80% of the relationship, that is one. And when you check the reasons, one is either the man did not have money, maybe alongside his money, he ran out of money, whatever. He got broke something. Do you understand? So when you check it again, you have to come back to reality. Most men, when they make money, they don't want their women to stress or to hustle.
The truth of the matter is that this is a huge and a major chunk of the narrative for, and you are right, for English-speaking West Africa.
Right.
We have come to a point where we need to understand that the people who get educated and empowered, sometimes they have a different narrative.
Right.
Now, let me tell you, we are living in English-speaking West Africa.
True.
We're living in Ghana, Nigeria, Liberia.
Right.
We are living in these countries, Sierra Leone, the Gambia.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at it from their angle for a second. A female's main commodity or her value is from her beauty.
Do you think so?
Yes. A female's
For me, that sort of lowers women. Your value cannot only be your beauty, because beauty fades.
I understand. What will even make men pick a move on you instantly within the next 5 seconds is what we saw, the figure.
Definitely.
So it is, if a female see me, there's a higher chance that she's probably going to say or even stand to talk to me, depending on how I was looking or what I was driving as a man. So your value as a man speaks for you. That your value, what you have to prove as a man, is what your value is, and a female's value is from her beauty. Now, if she works and she has money, now she's adding more to her value. Do you understand? If she has more money, because I can tell you for a fact, we have some ladies that have got money and now they are richer, and I should say that now their money has somehow imprisoned them, because the more they make money, the more females make money, they want a man that is higher than them.
That's true, and that was a question I wanted to pose on the fact that now, if we follow the narrative that you are discussing,
right,
what happens to all the women who are well educated? They have capabilities. What happens to entrepreneurial women?
They don't have successful.
I'm talking about major successful women, women even in who are making it in healthcare, women who are doing different things, people who are even doing digital marketing and making a lot of money as well.
That is extremely beautiful.
Yes, but what happens to them? Are we now going to sit here and say that they will never find men? Okay, some will never find men. Some of them will have to date below their expectation, and that's the truth.
True, yeah. So, but for sure that most men, females think men are scared of them when they make money. To be honest,
and that is the truth. You as a guy, you take a different approach when you know a woman is rich.
When females use the word scared, I have a problem. The word is not scared, right? We have been programmed since the beginning of time to be the one who are the providers. We work hard to make money and everything. If there's a new generation, things are changing, fine. But this is how men are built. Traditionally, right? So when I meet a woman that kind of have my tendencies, or probably is hardworking like me, or makes money like me, or more than me, now I'm seeing you like a man. So now you are unattractive to me. So men are not scared of the fact that you have money. Men don't find you attractive. It's more or less like, if you're talking about attractive, I'm not talking about physicality.
The question is, can they afford you? That is also one of the things.
The amount of money that I can use to afford you. Why don't I find a chick who has
exactly what I'm saying? So
that I can take care of.
Yeah, that's the decision. That's the decision that some people take, bro. The fact that.
But that's how it's supposed to be, though.
Yeah, you see, that's the point. So if we say that's how it's supposed to be, I'm just saying that now we'll have an increasing, a huge number of women who make it, but they don't have guys who want to date them, because we are sticking to a traditional approach where we say, I am the provider. So you meet someone who is interested in talking, you're talking to the person, you're asking the person that, what is even your fine. The woman, I'm in this position where I find myself to be this rich. What are you doing to push yourself and not keep yourself in that narrative that you will stay there? Right. Or you would always look at me as a superior.
Do you think these girls or these women are naturally going to see you superior if they make more money than you? Or they make almost everything than you? Let's say they're older than you, they make money. They're naturally going to see you as superior?
The point is
because now it's going to become a decision.
The point is that it's a decision. it's also a decision to be submissive. You see, we need to take away this narrative that even in the past, it was just men who had money, who were provided. There were women who, if you consider some of, these Makola women, right, who are making
good money.
Good money.
Yeah.
Some of them have more money than their husbands, but they still submit to their husbands.
Most of them don't, sir. Most of them don't
submit to their
no,
husband.
They don't.
When you say most of them, submission in marriage is a choice for people. People see it as a choice.
All right. So
it says that you're supposed to submit to your husband.
True.
Yeah.
Now,
it's not just about when we are picking a president for Ghana.
Right.
We are not picking the richest man to be the president.
That's true.
For Ghana.
Yeah.
Right? Or the richest businessman to be the president for Ghana.
Right.
Necessarily. Mm-hmm. We are looking at the people who can combine resources. Some people are not necessarily, into the physical money, or they don't have fiscal money. So there's a concept in finance known as surplus and deficit unit.
Right.
The surplus unit are the people that have the funds, the people that have money.
True.
And then the deficit units are the people that usually have the ideas.
Okay.
The intermediary between these people are what? The banks or other institutions, financial institutions.
Right.
In the same context for this, there are times when women who are surplus units having funds will meet guys who are deficit units who have ideas. And when these people work together, they can make the world turn around, which we have seen.